3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. We're back. Right. Who was it? We've had an attack on the studio. The internet went down and something's happened. My brain's tiny.
I blame some hackers at FD, I reckon.
Well,
Mark seen me and they're raging.
I've been trying to do a watch along with Mark and on this channel for ages. I've done one with Mark, fine, and I'm doing it with somebody else. Maybe it's a bit of a jealousy attack, I think.
It could be, you know. I reckon it could be.
I really
wouldn't put it past you, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. We were having a lovely chat about beers and ciders. We're having a lovely chat about Romania versus Ukraine. It's currently Romania 1, Ukraine 0. First half. I mean, it was a good first half, really.
It was a good first half. A great goal scored to put Romania 1-0 up in the end. I think Ukraine have had the better chances, or definitely been in the better positions. The final ball has been nowhere near good enough. And when they have had chances to take the shot, they've really not done well with them. I just feel like, they've not really tested the Romania goalkeeper, really. Like, all the shots feel like they've been off target. So, I think with the effort that went in, they deserve to be 1-0 up than Romania. Yeah,
Solid Blake says we're back. Rebecca Challenger, yes, we are back. They're back. We are back. The boys are back in town. The goats are back, says Dan Dickinson. We're going to be streaming every single match, whether it's 2 streams per half, 4 streams per quarters. We will be streaming for the Euros, for the entire tournament. Me and Zach will be back for Belgium at 5 p.m. And then Mark will be with you this evening, back in his humble abode in the studio there. I blame Will. Not angry, just disappointed, says Breaded Monster. Bearded Monster. Yeah, I heard that a lot, from girlfriends, from parents, from everything. It's just I'm just a big, huge disappointment. Dougie says, big up Will. What happened, says Kevin. I'm thinking Mark's got a bit jealous. He saw the chemistry between me and Zach first half, really fusing together just before the whistle, and he thought, fuck this, let's get them off. Get them gone. So, Romania didn't really have the ball, but they're 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Absolute. They forced the error, really, didn't they, from
good
Lunin?
Pressing. Mistake from the goalkeeper. Great shot, though, still.
But then ever since they scored, it feels like it's gone the other way now where they've got the ball. And they have been quite useful. A few chances created as a cross comes in.
Go on, do it. Oh, he's lined up as if... Oh, that's a great turn. And again.
Go on, boy. Get around it. Jack says the maggots are in the wires. Yes. Now, I didn't clean that Guinness tap as Ukraine break now on the counter-attack.
Play him.
2v2. Oh, he's gone in. Oh, he's going the other way. Too much. Too much. Oh my word.
How to ruin a counter-attack. 101 there by Ukraine.
Yeah.
Can't quite tell who it was. I think it was the attacking midfielder. Corner, though. Corner to Ukraine.
Brandon Sparks says, this isn't Mark. What I'd say to you, Brandon, is how can you be so sure? AI is a beautiful tool. And the way Mark likes to operate, he could be sat here. It could be... Could I be Mark? Could you be Mark?
Maybe we're all Mark. In a way, special way.
In a way, aren't we, Mark? Solid Blake says, smash a like. Yeah, thank you. Get stream back and running. It really helps us to drop a like. Also, if you are new here, drop a subscription. Obviously, it is Mark 80% of the time, but obviously we've got Goldbridge Saves Football podcast, which is out now. Give that a listen. As much as it's based into the box. I'm here with Zach Jalab. Zach is a huge Chelsea fan, works on Football Daily, got a fantastic YouTube channel himself, big presenter, big lad, big personality, big times, good times.
Exactly. Big all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. No. It's been all right. It's been
big
okay
lads
so
actually
far
sounds defamatory, actually, so I'd like to say that back.
Say whatever you like, mate.
Big personality.
Thank you very much.
I'm a big lad.
Aren't we? Again, aren't we all?
I'm a lanky lad.
In our own special way. Yeah, no. I'm kind of hoping this second half is a little bit better because the first one was really a bit lackluster and ended up waiting for that one goal.
Yeah.
But it's been already the second half, end to end. Seeing a lot more end to end action here. Last ditch tackle.
Oh! It's a pile driver from Romania.
Oh, it's happened again.
Is that Marin?
Yeah, I think so.
It's all happening here. It's 2-0. What a strike. Romania don't just score goals, they score great goals. What a strike. 2 from outside the area.
Peter Drury, watch out.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They don't just score goals, they score great goals all the time.
Not wrong, though. Not wrong. Really good finish to that. Tackled on the edge of the box there from the counter-attack by Romania. Ukraine tackled them, and he just followed in and whack.
Yeah.
Bottom left-hand corner. Can the keeper do better?
I mean, Lunin's not... I mean, for Real Madrid's number 2, I would expect better.
Yeah, well, arguably number 3, they brought Kepa in on loan actually, and then he did perform better, so he did become the number 2. But here we go, Romania on the attack. Ukraine do stop it with a tackle, but no one gets out to it. Oh, it's good. Oh, we should say.
Oh, yeah. It feels like it goes through him a little bit.
It's a great finish. Like, it's hit it at 100 kilometers an hour. Goes under the keeper.
That's honking.
He has a couple of defenders in front of him. Like, he might have seen it last minute, but still. Oh,
I'd like to take back my Peter Drury comments. They just score goals now.
No great goals.
No, not
it's
great goals.
Like, still, it's some shot. A lot of power behind it.
Yeah.
It goes at some speed. And I mean, Romanian fans are going crazy by the looks of it as well in the stands. But yeah, 2-0 Romania.
It was all happening, but the big man Nevstar has become a gold member. Nevstar, thank you. Your comments never fail to surprise us. I was going to say amuse us. I'll just stick with surprising us. Mark's back for the 8 p.m. game tonight. Me and Zach will be joining you for the 5 p.m. We might get a Nando's again in between.
Oh, wow. That's news to me.
I might do, yeah. I've got to clear it with the boss man because I'm definitely not paying for it. But yeah, no, what do we make of the first half? Get your score predictions now. Romania 2, Ukraine 0. How do we see this one finishing? I'll give you a revise. Yeah,
well, I said 2-1 originally to Ukraine. Didn't expect Romania's finishes to happen, to be quite honest. They've been very, very good. I think I've kind of got to go to... I just don't feel like I'm going to see Ukraine score at the moment. They aren't having that final ball, that final pass quite work out for them. So I will say 3-1 to Romania. Wow. Complete change up. I've been convinced.
Who's the lad from Girona we were speaking about earlier?
Dubrovnik? Something like that? Dubrov?
We need to see a bit more from him, didn't he? He looked lively for a little bit. He had the shot over the bar. Nevstar, I think those are two Australian dollars, says, remember Nando's is garbage. Now, me, Mark and Niall had one at the weekend and it was top tier. It was top tier.
I've never had a bad Nando's.
No,
never.
yeah.
Other food places.
It's the James Milner of mainstream food.
But then when you get a James Milner Champions League performance, wow.
I think that we had Sunset Burgers at the weekend.
A Sunset Burger?
Yeah, you not had them?
I have, but I just wouldn't be going for it.
No, what would you be going for?
I'm doing a burger. We're doing butterfly here.
Yeah, okay.
We're doing butterfly.
Oh yeah, absolutely exceptional. Some sweet potato wedges on the side. It was lovely.
What's happened? Oh my god, it could be another one. Oh, it's a good block.
I feel like Lunin's diving just to make up for it.
The ball just keeps dropping to Romania on the edge of the box, and they are more than happy to.
That's a good save.
Good save, but they're more than happy to have a go. More than happy to have a go.
Near post is where you've. Can get beaten very easily, as I've found out this year in many a challenge. Yeah. Oh no, I thought that was the one that was going in.
No, it's this one here. That's the second attempt. Good save.
It's all been Romania ever since they got that goal. It's literally completely turned the game on its head. Luisinho says, "I've never had a Nando's in 23 years." Romania, offside surely. He's about 4 foot offside.
Is your man offside?
Nice.
Thank you.
That jury would be proud of that.
Exactly. Yes, he actually would be. Yeah.
Get that across the jury ASAP.
Might be tough. I can't tell if they had someone on the touchline, on the goal line, sorry. So if he is, and I don't think he is offside, we will find out. But 3-0.
Oh, there's a man crying there. Bit too much for me.
Do you remember your man earlier said, well, not your man, but a man said 7-0, 7-1, didn't he?
Could be on.
Could be on. I think I started giving the channel as well. So
you don't speak for that football.
I said that. Yeah,
you meant Football Daily.
Exactly. Yeah, you can take that one. Is he offside?
No, he's on. I think, isn't he?
The foot outstretched foot. I think is playing him on.
Yeah. He looked miles off from the one angle.
He's on.
He's on. You think?
I think he's on. I think the outstretched foot of the Ukraine player is playing him onside. 3-0. And you know what? In terms of taking your chances, they deserve it.
What we're saying in the chat, you were watching it live with us. Do you think he was offside? Feels a bit too many replays for me. Surely we've just got the UEFA system.
What's it called? Automated offsides. Yeah, automated offsides. Yeah, very true, actually. I think this is standing.
Yeah.
Well done. Fair play. Fair play.
Tears in the stands. When was the last time you cried over football, Zach?
Actually, quite often, to be fair.
Yeah, that's fine. I was sat next to you for the Carabao Cup final. You didn't cry then.
I didn't cry. I wanted to go home quite quickly.
And it was freezing, wasn't
it? Yeah. I last cried. I actually last cried at football. England-France. I've cried the last 3 competitions in the row.
Have you? Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Cried at the Euro loss. Cried at the 2018 World Cup. Cried at the Qatar World Cup.
I might have cried at the Croatia one, yeah.
What is weird though is every time going into those tournaments, I've been very like, oh, England, like we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. I've not really been. I'm not feeling it this year.
No, I know what you mean. Well, we were saying it almost feels like the first proper tournament we've had in a while, which sometimes you have to get built up into a little bit.
Maybe come say the knockout stages, I start feeling it a bit more. Like yesterday when I watched it, obviously the 8 p.m. kickoff on a Sunday, wasn't really too rowdy, wasn't like sitting there singing chants and stuff. So yeah, I didn't feel it just yet. Maybe by Thursday things will change. You know what as well? We've not had a good song. We've not had a good like England song.
Oh, is she the one that's doing the rounds at the moment?
Oh yeah, I have exactly.
But you support Algeria as well?
I do.
They win the AF.
Yeah,
AFCON.
I cried out. Did I cry at AFCON? No, I don't think I did actually. I think I was just very immensely proud. Of the boys. That was a while ago as well now. But yeah, no, probably. And then the other times I cried at the Champions League final for Chelsea. There in Porto.
Oh, you went to that, didn't you?
Yeah, incredible experience.
And I think football meant a lot more then, especially if you're a Chelsea fan, got to go to that just because of COVID as well, and like having to
was crazy. Oh, that was not a nice little injury there. Was crazy. Was very, very fortunate. Like went to the after party as well with the players. It was very, very nice. Like, some weird. Again, looking back at that time, just a weird time in general, but was very nice in that front.
Do you think we'll see much more of? Well, we can't get much. Not worse, but obviously he had injuries. But Mason Mount. Just want to see more from him.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I was genuinely really sad when Mason Mount left. I think he is a player that is underrated, and his injury, like it's weird because obviously he went through his time at Chelsea never getting injured.
Yeah.
Then the final season he picked up like a couple, and now last season for Man United was awful. Like I feel like did he play more than 12 games? Ukraine here playing a little bit of football. And nothing. Great tackle. Bossed him. Absolutely bossed him. And so, next year, I think United have a really good player in their hands. Like, they've got someone that can play several positions, someone who I think does the simple stuff really well. What level of player he can now go on to? Because he's like 25 now? So you're starting to see kind of what he is.
Yeah.
But it's still definitely not a bad player. Like, when he went double goals and assists when he was at Chelsea. He's a really solid player. Yeah. I think overall, it was a good move for everyone in the end. And I think you will. Whether we see him in the England squad again, I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because we've got some crazy players coming in, and also like depends who the new manager is, who his favourites are, and stuff. But overall, I think he's a really good player.
Yeah, I was thinking that even with like someone like Harry Maguire, like now he's missed out on this tournament,
his last one now.
Yeah, and if Mark Gay can have a good performance next to John Stones,
I actually thought he was really good yesterday as well.
So
really good.
I think, and if he can be a bit more athletic and mobile. First substitutions for Romania: Coman and Mann coming off, and Hadji coming on.
Here he comes.
I think Matthew McFadden was telling us about his time at Rangers, not the most appreciated there.
Yeah, I always think it must be really tough to be like, well, especially for him, essentially their greatest player of all time is his dad in Romania. But I always think like about the Zidane's got like 4 sons that were in football.
One a goalie.
One's a goalie. Yeah, I think
I think that's so smart.
In Spain somewhere. I don't know if he's in the 2nd division. He went on loan.
So smart, season. I ain't going to be able to replicate what my dad's done.
I'll go in net. But I always think like it must be so difficult. And so when you see like Thuram's, obviously Marcus Thuram, who's the son of Lilian Thuram, playing for Inter Milan and doing really, really well, must be crazy.
Triple substitution for Ukraine, and Yarmolenko's coming onto the field. He must be in. We're talking like he's demanding a bit more. He's saying
definitely.
He needs to smash into someone.
They're almost feeling a little bit sorry for themselves, I think, right now the way they're playing. Like. They possession-wise and throughout the game have been the better team. Yeah, they've conceded 2 long shots. Yeah, that were some great finishes as well.
Howday88 says if Todd Bowley found a loophole of having 2 Saturdays a week, he would have. Then is that a bad comment?
Where
that one there? I don't understand it.
I think about the known as. I don't really know what it means, but I think he basically thinks they've not done not done a good job, right?
Yeah.
He would have tried it. Yeah, I mean, I've obviously Chelsea go from winning the Champions League to not being in the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's a downside. He's definitely trying some interesting approaches. Like I think the loopholes that people say are also loopholes. The contract one was actually quite interesting. The loopholes obviously about like the selling the hotels to us, like the second companies, stuff like that. That's all stuff that's been in football for years. Like, Aston Villa sold their stadium to themselves.
Oh, we did it to God knows what the company
exactly
was.
But it's also like how the media represents it, and it's like suddenly it's this massive thing that you've never heard of before, and like it's ruining football and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I basically think we're getting to a couple of like this season. I think you can now really start to judge on how things have gone, because maybe Chelsea have this next season and things go really well and they finish top 4 and playing good football and whatever.
Was it the thing come out with him, with Bowley, about him Ukraine go close, Yarmolenko straight away making an impact with is he like not going to be on the board or making the decisions
I think long term he was always saying like people he's almost used a little bit like he actually still doesn't do that much now.
No,
like it's almost like because he is the big name and the face, he gets
and
a lot
he's
of
happy
attention.
to do a few interviews and stuff.
Like he gets a lot of the attention. He doesn't really do as much now. There are a lot of the other boys that do a lot more. He's got a million different businesses, so like but the other boys are like fully focused on Chelsea. And so yeah, I mean he deals with it at a level that I would never understand, and that a lot of us would never ever understand unless we owned a football club. I think when they came in, I said at the time, like, this isn't a thing that we can judge them on a season. It's a thing that we judge them over 3 or 4, maybe 5. And then we can look back and go from there. But also football's so fickle. Like if Chelsea have a good season next year and finish in the top 4, everyone suddenly goes, I think the plan's working.
Yeah.
The plan's working then, isn't it? If they don't, then everyone goes, well, it's still a mess. And so I just think as actually shown by Pochettino's situation, 1 month of good football changed everyone's opinion. And like that's just, I think, football in a nutshell.
Well, it's true, isn't it? Because you always think of the bad way football works, of like 3 or 4 defeats.
Definitely.
But the way it's ended, me and Mark, I remember being on the podcast, we're like, we're 6th. Yeah, probably want to be a little bit higher, but European football.
Yeah. Again, I always think like you look back at it in like 5 years' time and you don't remember like the draw to Sheffield United and that one-off. You look at the table position, how many goals scored, how many goals
the
conceded.
Man City game.
Yeah, the Man City game, and that's mainly it. So yeah, it's a beautiful sport, football, but because there's so much of it, you forget everything that happens.
Yeah, exactly. Lunin should have saved the second goal. I think we all agreed with that. Yeah, he's not having not a great game after a fantastic campaign for Real Madrid.
Yeah, because he got told, obviously, he did so well in the Champions League for them, became the second guy when Thibaut Courtois was injured, and then got told, you're not going to play in the final. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Did all the work, and yet did not get the reward of the final.
Courtois, though, I mean...
Yeah, it's tough. I think as a goalkeeper, and like you also understand that, like you are the number 2. Like, you're not the level of Thibaut Courtois.
Oh, here we go. Is the offside?
It's literally the outstretched foot.
Hand.
It's the outstretched foot.
Yeah. And that's I think we're getting this next year, aren't we, for the Premier League?
I think this will help. I think this will help with VAR a lot.
Yeah.
I think VAR should exist. I think it's used badly in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I think offsides is always just one of the decisions that becomes so like overspoken about. I think once you introduce that and you say because almost that is like a hard concrete evidence of like a go, mate.
But that's why I think they should get rid of VAR and just have offsides and goal line and keep everything else objective.
I like VAR,
but to be fair, I think it is who operates it. Because,
exactly.
But then I don't see where that's going to improve. Like I could generally see a thing where the Porteous challenge on Friday, the red card for Scotland.
Yeah.
All agreed, common assault doesn't get picked up because of the ball bouncing around. I could generally see VAR going, well, maybe just give him a strong yellow, and it's like, hang on a minute,
what's happened?
His legs nearly come off his foot.
Yeah. I just think whatever happened, like if they got rid of VAR, we'd all then start going. Something happened in a football game. We go, if only we had VAR, right? Oh my god! I thought that went in. Then
That
I
would
was
have been an absolute tears.
What you've done there.
Howdy back again with 59 Norwegian pounds. I don't know what that is.
Krona?
No.
Is it?
I'll have a little look. Anyway, thank you very much, Howdy88. Thanks for answering a couple of my questions. The last one was just a clumsy one, but was what I meant with the loopholes. Got you. Big
the
up.
Loop House. Yeah. I think
What I did there, Howdy88, was overreact because it's the first time I'm not with Mark and I didn't want to mess it up. And he'd be like, "You've just said the worst thing in human history. The channel's gone. No wonder why the internet's down because you're saying those horrendous
Bodie's
things."
after me.
Enjoy the match. Thank you very much for getting in touch. Like we said before, please subscribe, drop us a like, drop us a comment. Me and Zach here to answer them. Have a good chat about the football.
Ooh, good tackle.
Like we said, Romania versus Ukraine. You might not know
Second half
everything.
has been really good.
Yeah.
Actually, really enjoyable. I want a bit more from Ukraine. One goal. If we can get a goal from Ukraine, I think it changes it. I think we might see a lot of Romania have a little bit of a tough rest of the second half.
That's why it's really
But the final
disappointing.
ball, every time it's been so bad.
It's disappointing in that Croatia game when they were 3-0 down, but
Yeah.
then we felt Rodri could have maybe had a red card. Oh,
Ref,
that's a foul.
there we go.
Mudryk territory? Does he take free kicks?
He doesn't. Well, he can take set pieces. He doesn't in the Chelsea squad because there are people essentially ranked higher.
Yeah.
He can. Like, happily, like, they've got many clips of him scoring and training and stuff from them. I'm trying to think who else I got. Zinchenko. Would he take a free kick? Yeah. I think Mudryk. I think he's lining up for it.
And Zinchenko's over it as well, I think, as well.
It's a right footer.
Yeah.
It's a right footer, this. Over the wall, top left-hand corner. Nice range, this as well, actually. What, 27, 28 foot away?
What position do you play when you play football?
I'm a defender.
Yeah.
I'm a very much defender. I cannot play with my ball
Back
with
to
my
the ball.
back to the
Yeah.
with my back to the goal.
Yeah.
I can't. It needs to be in front of me.
Yeah.
And so very much a centre back. Can do a DM job if needed. Like I remember, I don't mind like being a follow. Oh, it is Zinchenko. Here we go.
Try and curl it the other way from.
No, it's not. Oh,
It's gone my way,
it's
hasn't
a
it?
deflection. Good ball there.
We
Good
were
ball
speaking.
there.
I was actually speaking about you
centre
behind
back.
your back the other day in a positive way, because we were talking. Zach used to be part of Football Daily, and he used to do one of the best series I've ever watched.
Oh.
Squad goals.
Mate, my favourite. You know what as well? You know when you see like I see Girth and Turf now. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We were there. Like,
Yeah.
we had it before.
So explain what it was.
So basically, Squad Goals was a Pro Club series on the very popular game EAFC now.
Well done.
And basically, yeah, you've all played Pro Clubs before. If you haven't, you say there was 5 of us in this room. I would pick to be the striker. Will might pick to be the left wing. Another one might pick to be the centre back, so on and so forth. 11 positions. And what we did was get 8 of us in a room, all together playing Pro Clubs, and it was honestly some of the most fun I've ever had.
Most fun I've had, and I was just watching.
Yeah, it's just great, and like obviously you see the popularity of Girth and Turf. It's so good. Get them in a room together. It changes it. It's like it feels like you're playing real life football.
Yeah.
And the celebrations you'd have after scoring a 90th minute winner to stay in like Division 2 or something.
Well, there was one I
Whoa,
remember you scored a
incredible.
last minute winner or equaliser,
Yeah.
and that was just
Well,
absolute
I
scenes.
think I think the peak of it was like in the 70th minute we were 3-1 down.
That was it, yeah,
And
the
we go on
comeback.
to win. We go on to win 4-3, and we ended up piling on each other and just absolutely.
And those are
crazy.
memories of a lifetime.
Oh, I will happily. I'm still keen to possibly bring it back in some way, shape, or form. But it was a good. It was. Yeah,
I mean, and that
really,
was
really
probably
good.
the perfect office to do it in, isn't it?
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
your 8 PlayStations in there.
Literally. Like we'd finish up for the day's work, and then we'd be like, okay, that's time to record Squad Goals. Set it up. I'll tell you what though, got hot.
Did it?
Hot in there, yeah. Especially when we moved down to the other studio. No windows, and we'd have to play that. We'd have to have
There we
this
go.
fan.
You create 2 in the box. Surely pick your man out. And again, is that Dragusin? He's
It
had a
is.
fantastic game.
He's done very well.
Can't really give him man of the match when you win 3-0. But
yeah.
I mean, everything he's done, he's
Does
done it well.
Gets back in front of his man really quickly.
Reads it well. There's 2 men
Nicely
in there
done.
ready to capitalise on it.
Nicely done.
And if you're Ukraine here, just a goal can be. He's a fan on the pitch. Romanian blokes. He's really happy. He's not actually doing anything. He's just too pissed, I think. Great to leave him on as well. I mean, if you're going to pitch invade, maybe just do that. That was lovely.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, I reckon so.
He touched him, and if you're gonna do it, get up there, get your photo.
He just looked genuinely happy.
He was just felt like just stumbled on there. Now he's got a stadium ban for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he'll never see a game of football ever again.
Wasn't worth it. Well, they're winning 3-0 against Ukraine, so maybe it was.
Maybe
it was.
he knows this is the peak.
Corner though.
Oh my god, pet hate.
It really is, man. Really, really is. That's such a poor corner. Such a poor corner. I've seen a few of them as well today.
But no, squad goals. If you can bring that back.
You go, oh,
No, yeah.
he's done well there. He's beaten 3 men.
Put it in the
passed
space.
through. Someone's just got to get on the end of it.
I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, so I'll go for your surname. Martina says, what's your opinion on Michael Oliver's decision so far in the Euros? He had a stinker in the Spain game.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it really.
A big one on our podcast is looking at the referees and hold them to account. And it was just so, we were like, oh, VR's been great so far. Everything's been good, been attentive. And then it was Michael Oliver and just like, I think he applied the rules correctly for the retake of the penalty. But then, the non-retake. But then I just felt Rodri should have been sent off because it's one of them ones where you just take someone's feet. You know you're never going to get the ball, and it wasn't a clear.
Is football though not like, for instance, there are certain rules in football that are not subjective, the opposite of subjective, objective.
Yeah.
And like for instance, offside, goal line technology. Those are either is or it isn't.
Yeah.
There are other side of football where I feel a little bit more sympathy for the refs, where it is just a level of, I don't think that is, like, for instance, you think that is a red card.
Yeah, true,
done
yeah.
on purpose. Like, sometimes your disagreement with the referee is just based on his opinion, not actually that he's reffing it technically badly.
Yeah. But I think that's fine without VAR. As soon as VAR gets involved, then you've got, and it was an all-English VAR room as well. Yeah. So then it's just like, well, we've had these bunch of twats all year, and they're not ruining the Euros. It was just like, and again, like, it might not be a clear red card to everyone else. Some people also said he died, but then they gave the penalty. So I don't know. It just felt the first instance of VAR not working 100%. It was Michael Oliver.
It's weird because I just think whatever happens, we're never going to be happy. There's
True.
always going to be a conversation somewhere. And like, this will be 100 years' time.
Yeah.
There'll be, like, my grandkids
Yeah.
be talking about how referees today, unless it is a robot or something that is programmed exactly, or an AI or something, I just don't think that. I think we're always going to complain. And like, if we take away VAR, we'll complain because we haven't got VAR. And if we have VAR, we'll complain because we've got VAR.
Yeah.
Never.
No, it's true. And then we also, to be fair, we also kid ourselves where we go, what we want back is just when the game ends and then you go in the pub and you talk about the decisions you got wrong. So it's like, no, you don't want that.
Don't want that. How many times have we got Frank Lampard's
Lampard's
Germany? Or like...
and after that game, we just went in the pub and we had a laugh about it.
We did,
Remember when it didn't go over the line?
Yeah, we didn't make jokes about it and get annoyed about it for about 10 years afterwards.
We were literally still talking about it to this day. George Puskas on for Romania, a bloke that Blues nearly signed.
That's not family.
I don't think they're related.
Puskas,
no.
like he was Hungarian.
I mean, that's a name
he?
that's a big name to live up to. But he went to Reading, didn't really light the world on fire. And where is he now, George Puskas? Oh my God, he saved one. Oh no, that was Ukraine.
Did that hit the crossbar?
I think did he
or
save
did he
it?
save
I
that?
thought he put it down.
I don't think he caught it. What happened there? Because the pace on this was ridiculous.
He just brought it.
Oh, I have gone over the top.
Fairly good save. George Puskas now is at Genoa and he was at Bari on loan. 84 appearances for Inter Milan. Sorry, for Reading. 17 goals.
Wow.
I think we swerved that. Reading signed him for 7.5 million in 2019.
They used this. Reading have spent, like, I remember Reading's bought. Was it Matt Tubbs?
Oh,
He used to play for Crawley Town.
Yeah. They got promoted this year, Crawley.
They did. Well, that's where I'm from. Originally from Crawley.
Their ownership is very
interesting.
Interesting is the correct word. Lovely that.
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, they're young. They signed.
His own man.
They signed Manny's brother.
Yes.
Who I think had like one appearance this season. Yeah, they are interesting, but they got it working this year because they used a lot of, like, you obviously hear about like Brentford do it and stuff like that, like statistics and
got the go.
I don't know why I did that as if it was like a new thing in football, but they like signed, for instance, the most underperforming striker. His name escapes me. He was either a non-league or the league or whatever. The most underperforming striker. They signed him and they got the most underperforming manager statistically, as in their stats are saying they should be much better than where they are.
Oh, I thought you just meant
they're not just bad, but as in like they should be doing better.
You think our system's bad? We'll get the shittest player in.
For instance, I think the striker, for instance, could have been like, he should have scored 15 goals but he scored 9. Right, and they got them in, and it worked wonders. And they came good. And yeah, promoted. So we'll see what happens next season.
If you put a bit more work into your Football Manager, mate.
That could be me.
Exactly.
That could be me.
Never say never.
Never say never. Indeed.
Carlin says, I was surprised when I saw Romania winning 3-0. Yeah, I think a lot of people had gone. I don't know what the bookies had it. I think they had Ukraine favourites.
Oh, not your boy 7-1. And there was actually someone who said 3-0 as well.
And that was in the. If you said 3-0, and even if you didn't, just say it was you, we'll probably give you a shout out as well. Ocean says, been saying Romania will win this tournament for months. They've had a good game. They've scored more goals than England. So does that make them favourites now? What else have we had in here? Michael Oliver's been in charge of so many bad decisions. Yeah, he's making an impact on the Euros. That's a shame. Safe hands. Only 12 minutes to go.
Getting closer, Ukraine. Getting closer. They do need something to go in very soon if they're going to score another 2.
Noah says Mudryk has the skill, but his footballing brain is completely empty. Bit too far.
The IQ level, I get what you mean. He's been mentioned a few times about like his kind of footballing IQ and stuff.
Yeah,
he's super talented. Like
Dragusin again up.
He's done well there. Done really well. He's super talented. He needs coaching. Needs real coaching.
And that's a shame, isn't it, when you flip flopping between managers?
Yeah, exactly.
And also not been chosen, is it?
I know.
It's offside.
I thought the exact same thing there. I was like, does he realise he's at 15 foot outside of his box?
The keeper just called it 15 foot out. We've got no sound. Didn't hear the whistle. We just thought we were going in for a completely
handball now.
Yeah, big Euros moment there. Even if Ukraine could get one back, just to keep that goal difference sort of reasonable, just can be so big, can't it?
Yeah, well, who was in their group? Belgium and Slovakia. Yeah. They needed to get something from this game, I think, minimum. I'm trying to think if I put I think in my predictions I put Romania to go bottom of the
groups. Did you do a Euro predictions video on your channel?
I did, yeah. I think I had Romania to go bottom. So maybe don't watch that video, guys.
Just delete it.
Yeah,
do a new one there.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's. I think I said to win it. I said France will win it. Yeah. Which again isn't really pushing the boat out. But I did have France beating England in the semis. Or the quarters or something like that.
I've gone full England, mate.
Full England. I normally do.
Full English.
This is what I mean. But this year, I've just not felt it.
No?
Not felt it. But
I know what you mean.
Hope that
Maybe
changes.
it's gone too far the other way where we think like we are actually too good and we have to bring it down a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm hoping. Yeah.
We are actually good here. Like,
but then also, like, I was thinking,
France.
if I go England as well, all the comments in the video are just going, English bias. You're going to be going picking England all the time.
It'd be good if we can beat Denmark, whatever the score is, have the 6 points on the board because of their draw. There's only going to be nobody can really beat us then.
Yeah.
And then give like Luke Shaw 60, 70 minutes, give Harry Kane a rest, get Bellingham out the firing line, just to be able to have a team out there that's rest your stars really, can't it?
No, exactly. Yeah, I think as I mentioned earlier, like Saka, I think is someone coming back from injury. You don't want to overplay him. And when you got the likes of England have like a ridiculous bench as well.
Yeah. I thought Bowen looked good when he came on. I did thought Conor Gallagher looked good as well.
Looked good. I thought Bowen was a really. I saw some people questioning about taking Bowen. Would I have taken Jack Grealish? I probably would have.
Maybe one of them. That was the only sort of on the fence one, wasn't it?
Like Eze, I'll be really interested to see Eze play some minutes as well. I think he kind of deserves it too.
But that's what people like when you get a bit older. People get so het up on like when it was Maddison for the Qatar World Cup. I don't think he played a minute.
Yeah,
and everyone was like, "He's got to go. If he doesn't go, we're not going anywhere."
Why, they used to take. That's like, for instance, why they used to take like Conor Cody because they were like, there are some players here that are just never going to play, and they are so influential in the dressing room that it's worth taking them and bringing them along. And so like I'm trying to think if that is this year really. Oh, maybe there's no Cody, is there? Maybe that's.
But I was listening to something on 5 Live. Basically, someone was saying about how maybe Southgate's learnt from the Ben White incident.
Yeah.
Of about players that are in their mid-20s, like go a bit more experienced.
Yeah.
Going to multiple tournaments, not playing, and maybe not having a negative influence, but maybe not having a positive influence. Whereas if you're maybe an Eze or you're a Jarrod Bowen, it's your first tournament. You're really happy to be there.
Yeah.
So
it's just being around it.
So maybe that enthuses in another way. Yeah. And I don't know what's happened with the Ben White thing. There's been so much speculation, but you kind of do think that, where we've seen players retire like
Internationally.
Vardy's and Scholes
early.
did it as well, didn't he? And even Ben Foster, we do a lot of stuff with. I think he did it just because you're not gonna play. So Ukraine looking an absolute mess at the moment.
They just not got the final thing. The
No.
final thing there. Someone, obviously, one of the defenders, I think, was had possession, tried to do some sort of turn back, and just did not work out.
Ty Marshall says, "Who would you like to see replace Southgate as England manager?"
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, Modric.
Oh,
Zach, come on.
weak foot, but yeah, I agree. Like,
Is he a good
you
lad?
need to put that on. You need to put that on target.
You done much with him?
You know what? I did his third day at Chelsea, and he's like a really nice lad. Like trains super hard, trains really hard. He's doing the right things in terms of it's not just barely. He's doing all the right things you'd want. Sometimes it just needs to click. It just needs to click, and it hasn't yet. He should do better there, though. I know it's his weak foot, but I always think you're a professional football player.
Yeah.
You're on the wing there. You're going down.
He's gone down as well. He's just got a little bit of cramp.
Maybe.
Next England manager.
Next England manager. I think Pep will leave after this season. So there is an actual thing where I'm kind of being semi-serious about Pep.
You got me excited already.
Yeah. But I also think England are quite keen to keep it
Well, we were saying yesterday, it's obviously Lee Carsley's the under-21 manager, but I can't imagine it being him.
I do agree as well. But I think, for instance, say they want to keep it with people who are have association with the FA, have good links. That's why Gareth, I think, has worked so well. He knew the academy. Yeah. He knows how it works at the FA and stuff like that. Part of me wondered what would happen with Graham Potter if he could do that. I don't think they'd go and say, for instance, go and get a Frank Lampard or Steven Gerrard. I don't think that would be happening. Because I also think
or a Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think they are pretty keen to keep him English. And there was a stat, I think, where it's in the last or in the entire competition or UEFA competition internationally, or Euros and the World Cup, something like that. Only twice has the manager not been from the country that they've won. I think one of them was Greece.
Yeah, good documentary on that. I watched it today. The German
something
guy.
Else, which is kind of but I do think there is maybe that you do need that understanding from them to have it work.
Yeah.
Though again, if it was say Pep Guardiola or Thomas Tuchel, I'd be snapping your hand off for them. But I think you also need guys that understand that in international football, you're not getting them every week.
No.
Maybe the system you want to play can't quite work and stuff.
You've got to be a people person as well, haven't you? You've got to understand those dynamics, which Big Sam I don't think would have got.
100%. And what Gareth has done so well is the media got them on side, doing the little things where he's had them do dark competitions with some of the journalists works so well. And also having an understanding. He just seems like a good guy. He's not been super strict with certain things.
Yeah.
He hasn't banned the wives and stuff.
But then
like
also the things that have come up. You remember, and it gets forgotten. But I think under other managerial setups, it would have been massive because they dealt with it so well. Remember when Joe Gomez and Raheem Sterling had that? That was a big thing for a day. Sterling went back. Then he was part of the next squad, and it was fine.
100%. I think Gareth Southgate is overly criticised.
Yes.
And actually quite underrated. Do I think he should be the Man United boss? No. But I think he's actually overly criticised. I think he's done an incredible job for England.
And also people forget from where he was coming from.
Yeah.
I know Big Sam was there, but the tournament before that was the Iceland game. That's probably the lowest moment in our
Well, it's funny as well, right? So many people were criticising Gareth Southgate because he always picks defensively and then he always does this. And then this tournament, he's gone for the complete opposite. He's gone very attacking and trying to play Trent in midfield and everything. He's never going to win, whatever happens.
No,
because someone's
you can't as an international manager, can you?
But I think he's done. He's done a fantastic job. I really, really do.
Right, we're winding down in this game. We've got a few minutes left before stoppage time, but Romania have been. I think they were on the ropes a little bit, and then they scored the amazing goal, which we're saying goal of the tournament.
Yeah.
And then they've just kicked on, haven't they? So where do you think? Let us know in the comments. Where do you think Romania can get to in the Euros? What are you saying, Zach?
Well, round of 16.
Round of 16.
Depends where they finish in the groups, right? Quarter final, if they have a little bit of luck go their way right now. They've been really, as you said, from the first goal, they've been actually a lot more impressive. Played off the break a lot more. Had a bit more possession as well. The second half, they've definitely been first half of the second half, they were on it a lot more. I think they went 3-0 up. But it's no surprise they've gone, okay, we're going to sit back a bit more now, absorb pressure, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But they've defended well. They've not allowed Ukraine to have that final pass. So overall, pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think coming into it, a few of us had Ukraine down to win this one, didn't they? But they've.
Yeah.
I think maybe, you always seem to get, obviously at the World Cup it was Morocco.
Yeah.
Maybe Romania could be that. I think they'll give Belgium a good game from everything that we've seen.
Yes.
Everything that we've seen today.
It's tough. I always feel like it's tough to make these calls when you see the first game.
Yeah.
I
thought I'd gone in.
Same. Another corner, though, I think.
Bobby De Niro says we're going all the way. We love that. If you just adopted them after one game, fantastic. If you're from there, even better. Austria will do well, says Stefman.
Austria will do well, yeah, I think so.
Mapping says Dragosin, come on, you Spurs. It's coming home for Romania, says Super Sub. Last 16 says Saints.
Yeah, last 16's fine.
I think there's going to be one side in there that's. I think when we did our tournament one.
It's tough with the predictions, though, right? Because when you do the predictions and you're trying to be like, well, based off the squad and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the quarterfinals is like Germany, England, France, Spain. It's always the same things, and that's never how this works ever.
No,
there's always one or two underdogs.
Yeah, because and also like I feel like when Trippier went down last night, and then I turned to my mate, I was like, if he's off, he was like, Luke Shaw's not warming up.
Joe Gomez can play left back as well. And to be fair, he didn't go off in the end, did he?
No, it was just cramp. They said in the post match stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone's all right. Romania will be a pleasant surprise. That's a nice way of putting it. Dragosin, see, you can't win, can you? Tim Cena says Dragosin a bit overhyped. We were just talking about this game.
Just always like last push. Yeah, no, he's defended the box well. I agree. I thought he was a little bit overhyped when Spurs bought him in general, but I think in this game, defended the box well.
Wasn't it a bit of a coup when they got him? It felt like
they got him for cheap. They got him for cheap,
and someone did they steal him from somebody else? I feel like he was in the running.
No, I feel Juventus? Was he Juventus?
Yeah, I feel like he was in the running for like another top European side, and basically.
Yeah, well, when I saw him again, he's not the starting centre back for Spurs, so like he was just like coming in at times out of not a lot of game time.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that impressed. I think I actually think the game he did start, they lost 3-0.
Bayern wanted him. Matthew says that was it.
Bayern did want him. Bayern want everyone.
Well, their transfer policy, that is definitely a foul. Bayern, I remember one of the guys who's Chiefs up there, when they bought Eric Dyer, just about how it's them. But Eric Dyer had a pretty good second half.
He did actually. It shocked me, to be fair. I don't know. Bayern are doing some weird stuff. They have for a little while now. Their structure and stuff is quite odd.
Also, Ryan McGreevy says, and flashes my memory, he says Mudryk is awful. Arsenal lucky they didn't buy him, but that's your sentiment. But just of how like it was nailed on, he was going to Arsenal, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's
off the bar. That's George Puskás.
Ukraine, they do deserve.
I know it's not George Puskás, it's Ukraine. Yes, because and they ended up getting Jorginho and Trossard,
and they did. It's funny, because in the end, obviously. That was kind of when Bowley and co really started making a bit more of a name for themselves. Because I think if you read the articles, that they flew out there to go and get him, convinced him. But he's always been raw. Like he still is raw. There is definitely potential in him. It's just about finding the right way of getting it out of him, and he still has games for Chelsea where you go like he's been much better this season for Chelsea, definitely. Like I don't think he's been that bad, and he's improved massively. I think you always got to let him have a little bit of an element of let him kind of do what he wants, because he's that kind of player. But I can see also why Arsenal, like if you look at Trossard and look at Mudryk. Makes complete sense why Arsenal fans definitely aren't that bothered.
And you do need that squad, don't you, with the way that the relentlessness of Manchester City.
Yeah. Saved them more money as well, and that way they went and bought Havertz.
Yeah, exactly. Ukraine going for one last push here. Goals are important for this tournament, just like we keep saying for that third spot.
Team. Yeah, exactly. Very, very true. And I wouldn't be. If I'm Ukraine, I wouldn't be overly disappointed.
Really?
in terms of like, as in like, oh my god, we're out of the Euros kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like my thinking is, you had chances, like you just didn't have that final ball. The first goal you conceded is an absolute worldie from a mistake. From the
And then
from
the
the
third
goalkeeper.
one's a mistake, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
The second one's a mistake.
Yeah, the second one's another mistake from the goalkeeper. And so I wouldn't be too disheartened, but they do need to like take their chances. They need to like make that final ball happen a lot more. And in the same breath, Romania have defended really well and taken their chances. There's Madrid.
I might do it. Oh man, I mean that is it's absolutely spectacular. I think I might go Dragic man of the match.
Not one of the worldy attempps.
I'm just trying to. No.
Who scored the first goal? Because the first goal put them in it was a crazy finish.
Stan Cute. I'm gonna mess that up. It was a great strike, and then Marin and Dragus. But Man got 2 assists.
Okay, but were those assists were a little? Were they the? Who got the assist? Was that for the third goal?
Yeah, that was Man.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of them I think that could have it. To be fair, one of the goal scorers, Man, or Dragusin.
Get your man of the matches in the chat. The full-time whistle has gone. Game over. Romania 3, Ukraine 0. Well, I was a bit worried about going into this game. Yeah. 10 minutes in, I was like, bloody hell. We're going to have to be doing This Is Your Life here, because we're going to have to pull something out of here. Me and Zach will be back we're back at 4:30 for the 5 p.m. kickoff between Belgium and Slovakia.
Yeah.
Thank you. Been a long day. 2 podcasts, 2 live streams. Let's get some food. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you go follow Zach over on his channels. We'll put the links in the description for him. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.